Welcome back to the election edition of Am I the Jerk, our weekly segment where we answer your question about whether you're the one who's wrong and everybody else, or everything is totally your fault.
All right, because today is Election Day, we chose a question related to voting. And it comes from a conversation we had in our office where one of our colleagues wondered, am I the jerk for telling my 18-year-old how to vote?
Okay, but wait, everybody. Before we decide, here are the facts of the story. Our colleague has a son, and this will be his first election. She totally gets that he's an adult now and he's got the right to vote how he wants, but she's worried because he's a teenage boy with all the teenage boy interest in politics and news, which is none, by the way. She says he's paying a little more attention now that he's going to be voting, but he's getting his information from social media. She doesn't know what his sources are or if he's thinking critically about it. The last factor is they live in a close riding, so strategic voting, that could play into this. She's also said she's tried to engage him frequently in conversations about politics so she can learn more about what he's thinking and so she can provide balanced information. But here's the thing, he's 18. Talking to his mom about Canadian politics is super boring. It's soup spores. Yeah. Doesn't it?
Okay, so would she be a jerk if she told him how he should vote today? All right, so now time for us to vote.
Okay.
Yes, she's a jerk, or no, she's not a jerk. This one's easy.
It's easy for me too.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, here's why I said, yes, she's a jerk. Because you can't tell somebody else how to vote. He's 18, he's technically an adult. You have to trust that he has done some research before he gets to the ballot. I love the confused look on Emery's face right now. And if not, why not present him with, if you're concerned about where he's getting his information, you can make a presentation, present him with the facts that are facts, and approach it that way.
I agree with you. We do not have an engagement test. We don't have a test against voter apathy. We don't have a test for critical thought. We don't have a test about how much information you've been able to absorb before you vote. All we have is an obligation to be 18. We can't legislate the responsibility to go out and educate yourself before you vote, but you do have an obligation to go out there and vote. We have legislated one thing, however, one person, one vote. So you could argue that by telling your son, with whom you probably have a power dynamic, much like an employer-employee. Maybe this kid's still living at home.
You can't fire your kids.
You could argue that taking that person's vote away is doing more damage to democracy than him not taking any sort of leadership role and educating himself before he votes.
She's not a jerk, she's a mom. And she could, and in fact, if she wants to strategic vote, just tell him who to vote for and he'll vote for the opposite. So no, she is not a jerk. Listen, if he's gonna get his information off of TikTok or whatever social media, so be it. It's the process. You can tell him you're not a jerk, but he's gonna do what he's gonna do anyway.
How about this? If you really don't like who he's voting for, tell him that he has to do the X outside of the circle.
There you go.
Does that work?
Not a jerk, just a mom. If you'd like to weigh in on some issues, head to our Facebook page, Twitter, or Instagram. Tell us your story. We will let you know whether you're the person who's in the wrong. Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.